And onions come in here too, and I don't have them chopped up yet. But we have a handy gadget, it won't take long. So just put a thing there, whack it down.
Welcome to Hershberger's Miracle Homestead. We invite you to join us every Wednesday and Saturday.
Hi folks, I am Martha and we welcome you to Hershberger's Miracle Homestead Kitchen Action today. What we are going to tackle today is a bunch of hamburger that we had in the freezer. We pulled it out and it's thawed now, and it's time to process it to put back in the freezer. It'll be burgers for supper tonight for a regular hamburger sandwich, and then hamburger patties, and then chopped hamburger plain. You might wonder what we use that for. We do a hamburger gravy to go over pancakes, and that's yummy. And then chopped hamburgers with onions in, and chopped hamburgers with onion and pepper, green pepper, bell pepper. I think I'm ready to get started. Now, one thing, hamburger coming out of the freezer like that, as it thaws, blood creates paper towels, and because we set it on here to kind of soak up the blood before we ever put it in the skillet. So we will just get started and set this in the bag so it's ready for the trash right away. And this can just come out and sit on the paper towel. I'm going to put just a splash of oil in right now to get going, and then we won't have to add any more oil. I'll do a little bit of just the plain burger to get going with once. Okay, that's probably about enough of that. We don't use as much of just plain as what we do the other. Now while that is browning, I will do out some hamburger patties for supper, because it is time for that. Or depending where you're from, it's dinner. But we usually call it supper. So this will be the next thing going in the skillet then. This kitchen gadget right here is wonderful for this type of thing. And I have this hooked on to the oven door because especially when you do the hamburger patties, it's liable to splatter grease. All right, we have 8 hamburger buns. I'll do 8 hamburgers, and that'll mean that we'll have leftover to put in the fridge to heat later, since we don't mind leftovers. In fact, we love leftovers. What I like to do at this point, when I chop it, kind of pull it to one end so the grease can gravitate toward the other end. And then just let this grease go through first, and then it won't be so much to work through the hamburger. All right, you can't get every little bit, but that sure helps. And then if the skillet isn't too heavy, you can just put the burger in this way. Otherwise, you have to spoon out a little bit, which most times I do. Wipe side of my skillet. Now this will be the burger for the sandwiches. One trick we have learned, if you fry hamburger patty after hamburger patty, the skillet can look so messy or sticks on. But if you go ahead and fry another skillet full that you chop, why, that helps to keep the skillet from getting so, whatever you're going to call it. Then we'll go ahead and put the bell peppers in this one. And these were from what we put in the freezer last year. And onions come in here too, and I don't have them chopped up yet. But we have a handy gadget, it won't take long. I don't know what it's called. You have the finer blade, and then you have one that's more coarse, and we like our onions to be fine. So just put a thing there, whack it down. And then this picks up, this picks off, and you can put it in the burger. Okay, well, I have my hands oniony. I'm going to go ahead and do some more. I have a bag here for my onion trash. If you have children, do not let your handles out over the edge. They can get a hold of that handle and it'd be bad, sad news. Now remember how the skillet looked earlier after frying those hamburger patties? And see how it looks now? So we'll do the next batch of hamburger patties for the hamburger sandwiches. Now I'm going to make out hamburger patties that we'll put in the freezer to use like in casseroles. And that won't be as big, just a little. Okie dokie, folks. I'm about to wrap this project up. Okay, I bagged up everything except the hamburger with the onion and pepper. And I saved that particularly to show you the bag. You double it over like this. Then if you make any spills, the zip part doesn't get dirty, doesn't get messed up. So that's how I like to do it. And then just fill it up. And it's always a good feeling of accomplishment when this is done. We will be keeping one bag of burger with onion out in the refrigerator. We more than likely will be using that for a tater tot casserole, but we haven't decided for sure yet. And it never hurts to label your bag. I know it's hamburger, but I just have onion and peppers on it. And then 8/22. We go through our prepared meat like this fast enough, I probably wouldn't have to put the date on, but yeah. Now another thing we like to do, you flatten it out and then kind of create a ditch. So when it freezes, if you just need part of a bag, why it's easier to get part of a bag out if you have a ditch there. Like this is with the onion. Now put it in here so it can help stay flat and then create the ditch. So that is with onion and pepper, and I need to get something to put that in. Here's another with onion, created the ditch, and this is the bag of just plain, and I don't have to do a ditch for that because that's, and then we have 2 bags, a total of 21 hamburger patties here. And then this will be going in the fridge. This is the hamburgers that we had for sandwiches tonight. And then this is a bag of burger and onion that I'll be putting in the fridge for. Dorothy says it won't take all of this for tater tot casserole, so be options for other things too. But anyway, so these 2 will be going in the fridge and the rest in the freezer. So that wraps it up for this. In the video that we did recently on the one dish provides 2 different meals, that was taking hamburger patties that we had prepared ahead of time, put in the freezer, and then it just made it handy to pull it out. So if you can keep that in mind when you think of frying out all this hamburger, it makes it worth it. We hope you've enjoyed watching the process of preparing our hamburger for the freezer for future use. And just stay tuned for the golden thought now. Thank you.
And now, as always, we'll close with a golden thought.
Hi, and welcome to the golden thought of this episode. I am Martha, and this is my very, very special twin brother Marvin, better known as Buddy. And the golden thought for this episode: a joyful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones, and that's in Proverbs 17:22. So yeah, a joyful heart is good medicine for the soul, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. So I know there's many times that we could have a crushed spirit, but if we can turn around and have a joyful heart, that is what is as good medicine to the soul. We thank you. We hope you've enjoyed this episode, and if you have, we just ask you to like, share, and subscribe, and we thank you to those that have done that already. And with that, thank you, and God bless.
Our videos are about what our life is in general, which is family, kitchen action, Labrador retrievers, and gardening. Here are some other videos that you may enjoy. We invite you to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, God bless.